We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Tonight we kick off week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the Tennessee Titans. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And they finally stop him, but not before he's inside the 15. A terrific return.
There hasn't been a game played where defenses don't talk about coming out on their toes and being the aggressor. But, boy, when you give up a return like that, you're really starting it on your heels. Let's see how they adjust.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Allen throwing quickly to Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, given 14.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Allen now looks to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Here's Allen to throw it. Goes right back to McBride. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
22 yards there, a first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They run for the first time with James Cook. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
Allen going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Bills are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Cook, he is going nowhere to hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Quick throw here by Allen, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bills are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
Well, it certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 30-yard line. Now Ward. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80. Go.
On 1st down, it's Genty. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ashton Genty with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Bills 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later. just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
Now Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Throwing now is Allen. A short one here, caught by McBride. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Roger McCreary there to bring him down defensively.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
second and 5. Here's Cook again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
Now a 3rd and 6. Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and now fall incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
At their own 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Check smash. Check smash.
This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
Get it.
To throw is Ward. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Ward. As he throws there, incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Here's Ethan Evans now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 1. To the air, Allen. That's going to be caught by Rivers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. They'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From midfield, here's Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And again, it's Allen. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bills 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the gun, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
No gain on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Allen. This is caught. Touchdown, Bills. Alec Pierce, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right?
Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they have no answer for that right there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Come on, set. Viking 18. Ready.
They go play action with Ward. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves.
From the shotgun, it's Ward. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Get it. Let go.
They go play action with Ward. Throw left side complete. That's Steele. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Ready,
Throwing is Ward. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A 1-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Okay, ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Big Lion. Tag. Hawk 70. Hawk 7. Ready.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw, here's Ward. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. From 10 yards out. And the Titans have regained the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process.
A gain of 26 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Back to throw now on 1st down. Short one here, caught by McBride. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Allen now looks to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now 2nd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. 31 yards. As his guys have now moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Titans 21.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Let's go now. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings. Ready,
Ward. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Second and 10.
go. Hawk 70. Hawk 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Throwing now, Ward. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Okay, break.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Moore. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there with his second touchdown here this first half. And the Titans have yet again retaken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up when we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Allen going to throw. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Traditionally, as a defense, your number one job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
And this throw will be intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Ready, set. Let's go now. Cowboy.
Now Ward. That's complete to DK. Touchdown, Titans. Chimere DK in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. In motion goes the tight end. A final shot before half for Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar night.
Here's Ward. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. On now is the Titans punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 21-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. McBride on the slant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Goes right back to McBride. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Allen to throw once more. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8.
Come on, set! Panther 60, Panther 60. Steady.
To throw is Ward. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on him man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3. On now is the Titans punter as he's on to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard. This is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
To throw, it's Allen. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Now Allen again. Delivering the comebacker. Wilson's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And now to common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Allen. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, 27 yards. And the Bills are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 75 yards. And the Titans look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Wilson's got it complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Wide open receiver complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
No gain on the play there. Second down.
At the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Start. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Back to throw. Moore. He'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. There'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. This is why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
But I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
Ready. 68 Mustang 19. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Okay, ready. Come on. Reload. Pep, check, smash. Go.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to ball his way forward to the 48. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diamond catch. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
But now it's 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. And this a 39-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Allen. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd down. To throw is Allen. Amazing, hits him in stride.
Complete to number 27. A 9-yard gain on the play.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Now Allen. That is caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
All 3 timeouts still remain. Keep that in mind. They prefer to use them on the defensive end. But here's 1st and 10. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
There are not many times where you might say it's a detriment to have a quarterback with a cannon for an arm, but this might be one of those few times. He just laid that one out there a bit too far, and his receiver couldn't run under it.
Throwing, Allen. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Here's Allen. And this one is incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Now Allen, gotta have this one. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Bills first down.
Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now Allen. That's pulled in by Wilson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on